Chapter 6. Mustang's eyes flashed then. "Are you admiring him?" "Why?" Ruby asked playfully. "Are you getting jealous?" "And what if I am?" Mustang asked. "You're one to talk about jealousy," Ruby frowned. "I will only ever love you. You, on the other hand." Mustang cut off his last words suddenly with a kiss, pushing him back into the forest. "Mustang," Ruby giggled. "Not here." "Why not?" Mustang whispered seductively in his ear. "I can't resist you." "Can't you at least wait until we get indoors?" Ruby asked as Mustang pushed him against a tree. Mustang bit his earlobe hard, Ruby flinching in pain as he did so. "No," Mustang answered shortly, before taking Ruby by the hand and pulling him deeper into the forest. He pushed him against another tree, now out of sight of the tracks. Ruby moaned, throwing his head back as Mustang kissed his neck, enveloped in his tight embrace. Mustang slowly began to open his shirt as he trailed kisses down his naked chest. Ruby began to shudder, his breath in light gasps as Mustang knelt before him, unzipping him. Ruby gritted his teeth then, hands going to the tree behind him, nails scratching at the bark. His cheeks became red and flustered as his breath began to quicken. Before him, Mustang worked hard, going straight to the back of his throat until he almost gagged. "Mustang," Ruby groaned after a time. "I'm going to—" Mustang's grip tightened on his thigh as he continued, pinching him until it hurt. Ruby flinched, squeezing his eyes tight shut, gasping and moaning as Mustang finished him. He let out a heavy breath as Mustang leant back, wiping his mouth with the back of his hand. Mustang smiled up at Ruby, rising to his feet. "There's a good boy," he said. Ken returned to the town, wandering the streets alone. He wondered where he should go. He felt that it was too late to go back to school now. Registration would already have finished. Perhaps he should go home. There was a chance the school had called home already to tell his family that he was absent. Perhaps they were beginning to worry. Ken's stomach tightened nervously as he thought of his mother. She would surely not be pleased with him. He picked up his pace, heading home quickly. When he entered through the front door, she was waiting for him. "I'm so glad you're back," she said, holding him tightly. "I was beginning to worry." Ken held her back, tears in his eyes. "I'm sorry, Mother. Your teacher told us you didn't show up," his mother said, letting go of him and brushing his hair back tenderly. "I thought something terrible must have happened. You're not having flashbacks again, are you?" "No," he answered quickly. "I haven't in ages. I'm fine." "Then why didn't you go to school? Your father and I have been so worried." Ken mumbled. "I don't know. I just couldn't. Not today." His mother watched him sadly. She hugged him again, kissing him on the cheek before letting him go. "Just stay here now," she said to him kindly. "I'll get you something to eat." Ken spent the rest of the day watching TV, curled up with a blanket around him. "You shouldn't sleep now," his mother told him, "or else you won't sleep tonight." "It's all right," he said to her. "I'm not asleep." "Are you sure you're all right?" she asked him again. "You seem different now. Did something happen?" Ken thought of Mustang suddenly, his cheeky grin, his carefree attitude. Everything about him was stuck in his mind. "This is the only life we all know we have. One life, one chance. If I can die making a difference in this world, then I will. I'm not controlled by my parents. My life is my own. I will do with it as I please. Live your life as you should, not how others want. Live in the moment." "I'm fine," Ken mumbled to his mother. "Nothing's happening. Everything is fine. I just don't feel myself at the moment." He sighed, resting his head against the pillow. His mother watched him with concern, but left him alone, thinking perhaps that he needed his peace. That night, Ken woke up in terror, seeing in his mind again a flashback of that terrible day. The hooded figure, the gun, the blood. "Oh, God," Ken rasped, hand going to his head as he began to shiver violently, his body drenched in cold sweat. "I thought I was over this." The door to his room opened suddenly, and his brother stood there. "Are you all right?" he asked Ken with concern. "Yes," Ken answered hastily. "I'm sorry to wake you. Go back to bed." "I heard you scream," his brother said. "Are you having night terrors again?" "Yeah," Ken replied reluctantly. "I thought you were over them." "Me too." Ken turned to him. "You should go to bed. I don't want to keep you up. As long as you're sure you're okay." "Yeah," Ken nodded. "I'm fine." His brother lingered a moment longer, then went away. The door closed, and Ken was left alone again. "Why?" Ken whispered, head in his hands. "Why is this happening again?" His heart jolted then, as he suddenly realized something. Mustang. Could Mustang be the reason I'm having these nightmares again? Weeks pass. You haven't seen him since the incident, the therapist said. It makes perfect sense you are having these dreams again. He's triggered these memories in you. He was the one who saved you that day. He's a very important person in your life. You care for him. You're right, Ken said to his niece. I do. Ken rose. Thank you, he said. I should go now. But you still have time left, the therapist told him. It's okay, Ken said, moving towards the door. I'm meeting him again. Mustang? Yeah. You've been seeing him for several weeks now, haven't you? Ken paused at the door. Yeah, he said again. Your family don't approve of him, do they? No, Ken said. They don't. Why? Because... Ken narrowed his eyes. He turned to the therapist again. You've really helped me out these past few months. I just hope I don't have to come back. Thank you for everything. The therapist smiled. Goodbye, Ken, he said. Take care. Ken nodded and left.